Good afternoon, guys. Nice to have you here. I'm really happy to be with you. And today we're going to have a new, more class related to minimal pairs. In this case, this is class number 5. Yep. So I'm really happy to have the opportunity to continue working with you. And I hope that you can learn a lot. Remember that today is only English Friday. I'm not going to speak in Spanish, okay? So you got to be careful with that. If you ask or if you have a question, yeah, you can ask your question in Spanish, in English, or in your own language in the chat. And maybe in this case, your classmates are going to help you with the translation. But in my case, I'm just going to speak in English for all the class. We're going to start then, guys, with the first part. Remember that in this case, we're talking about minimal pairs. There's a lot of words in English that are very similar, okay? Very similar. They have a very similar pronunciation, and even some of them have the same pronunciation. That's why these kind of classes are going to help you to identify the correct pronunciation in each case. So let's start with these two words, okay? This is the first pair. We're going to talk about week and week. Let's start first with the meaning of these two words. Okay, what do they mean? Week and week. What do they mean? You can, in this case, give me okay, your explanation in English or in Spanish or in your own language. It doesn't matter. What do they mean, guys? Week and week. What do they mean? And remember to tiki tiki, please. Tiki tiki on the screen. Nephilim, hello, how are you doing? Great to have you here. 7 days. Yes, a week is a period of 7 days from Monday to Sunday. Okay, we have 7 days. These 7 days are called a week. This is number one. Okay, and number two, we have weak. In this case, this is the opposite of strong. We can say, I'm a strong man, and the opposite is I'm a weak man. Or maybe you can say, I haven't eaten, I haven't drunk, or maybe I don't have enough energy. I'm weak. Okay, I'm weak. Weak is in this case lacking of strength. Okay, that is in this case the meaning. Guys, pay attention to the pronunciation here. We're having here these two words, weak and weak. The pronunciation is similar or different? What do you think? Is the pronunciation of these two words similar or different? Is it the same or different? Okay, great. I'm not weak. I'm strong enough. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Very good. Week and week. Do they have a similar or a different pronunciation? What do you think? Welcome, everyone. Nice to have you here. We're going to start with this class. So I hope that you can learn a lot today. Let's see. In this case, they have or they share the similar pronunciation, the same pronunciation. Okay, week and week. Well, now I want you to write some sentences using these two words. Okay, you can use week, you can use week, or you can use both of them or either of them. So I'm going to give you some examples. Okay, I'm going to give you some examples, but I want you to write your own sentences too. For example, we can say, I work twice a week. I work twice a week. What does it mean? I just work maybe 2 days in all the week. Huh? Maybe you can say, I go to the gym 3 times a week. I go to the gym 3 times a week. So what does it mean? I go 3 days during all the week. Now, in the other case, we have this other word. Remember that this is an adjective. We can say, for example, I haven't eaten all day. I haven't eaten all day. I feel weak. Okay, I feel weak. Other possibility, we can say, oh, she is a weak baby. Yeah, obviously, babies are very, very weak. We need to take care of babies. Uh-huh. So that in this case it could be another possibility. So let's start reading your sentences, okay? Let's start reading your sentences here. Okay, weak is somebody that is not strong. Perfect. I'm very weak today. I don't know why. I feel very weak. Maybe you can say that too. I work twice a week. Perfect. Just 2 days, maybe, no? I got 2 days free from work this week. And you can also say off. I have 2 days off. I have 2 days off this week. And if you say days off, or it's not necessary to use from work. It's just that, no? I have 2 days off this week. I'm not going to work for 2 days this week. I go to the gym there. Sometimes no, three. No, I suppose you mean three. I go to the gym 3 times a week. 3 times a week. Okay, in the mornings. Yeah. In 2 weeks, I have to go back to work, and I think I'll be weak after my first day of work. Yes, I'm supposed. So I used to work out 4 times a week, perfect, because I don't feel weak. Um, because I feel weak. Maybe you can say that, or maybe I feel weak, but in the case of your muscles, maybe you can say my muscles lost strength. My muscles lost strength. You can say that. Next one. Christina, hello. Good morning. No, good afternoon. In this case, don't we use verb to be instead of feel? Yes, you can use both. You can use both. You can say I'm weak, or maybe you can say I feel weak. It depends on the context. You can use both. Yeah, very good, very good. But when you say something like I'm weak, it's something like permanent. I feel weak is something like temporary. I feel weak because I haven't eaten all day. That's something temporary. But if you say, "Oh, he has a very weak personality," uh, we're talking about something permanent. Now, let's continue with that dictation, guys. Let's continue with the following dictation. You gotta listen and write the following sentence in the chat. Okay, so let's start listening to or let's write the following sentence. Okay, see you next week. I feel a big week today. See you next week. I feel a bit weak today. See you next week. I feel a bit weak today. You gotta listen and write in English. See you next week. I feel a bit weak today. After I got over the flu, I felt weak. I lost muscle. I lost muscle. Yeah, there's another word that you can use there. Like maybe you can say I lost volume, muscle volume. See you next week. I feel a bit weak today. Listen and write, guys. This is a dictation. I'm gonna give you 5 extra seconds. Okay. See you next week. I feel a bit weak today. Okay. Let's write it down. Let's write it down. Listen. Oh, I don't like. I don't like it. Let's write it down again. Okay. See you. or see ya next week. Okay. We're gonna use a comma here. I feel a bit weak today. I feel a little bit, a bit sick, a bit weak today. A bit weak today. Perfect. In this case, this is the sentence. Look at this. See ya. Okay. Well, you can say see see you. But in English, when you are listening to native speakers, native speakers, it's more common to listen to something like see ya. Hey, see ya. See you later. See you later. Okay. So every time that you want to say goodbye, you can also say see ya, see you later, see you tomorrow, see you next class. Okay. In this case, see you next week. Okay. I feel a, I feel a bit. Guys, what does a bit mean in this case? A bit. You can say a little, right? A little. I feel a little weak or a little, okay, in this case, a bit weak, a bit weak, a bit weak. Okay, now please listen and repeat aloud, aloud if it's possible. Okay, see you next week. I feel a bit weak today. I feel a bit, feel a bit weak. Okay, again, see you next week. I feel a bit weak today. Again, see you next week. I feel a bit weak today. In this case, we can make a pause because we have a comma here. Okay, we have a comma here, so you can breathing a little. Okay, so you can continue speaking. Let's continue with the next two words here. Okay, in this case, we're going to talk about um, fan, ban. Okay, fan and ban. What do they mean? Let's start with the meaning. What do they mean? We have fan and then we have ban. What do they mean? Welcome, everyone. Nice to have you here. We're going, or we are in this case, studying minimal pairs, words that are very similar in pronunciation, or maybe in the case of spelling too. So remember, fan, it has two meanings, okay? Two meanings. Meaning number one, it's an appliance. Okay, appliance or device that, in this case, makes air to circle. Yes. In this case, it cools down a room. Yeah. So it could be a fan. In some cases, the fans are attached to the wall. In other cases, they are attached to the roof. Okay, that is a fan. Number two, in the case of a fan of famous people, for example, they have fans. Okay, they have fans. People that admire somebody, maybe a singer, maybe an actor or an actress or a band. Yes, you can say, I'm a fan of. Okay, I'm a fan of Coldplay. I'm a fan of Lady Gaga. Okay, so you can use these two words, okay? An admirer, okay? Number one, it's an appliance. Number two, it's an admirer. What about band? What in this case, or how, what is a band in this case? Du-du-du-du-du. It's a vehicle, right? It's a vehicle. In this case, a van is a type of vehicle. I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, I'm gonna show it to you. Because it has like different meanings. But a van is something like this. Okay, this is a van. I'm going to. Okay, this is a van. Van. Okay, or something like this. Van. It's a vehicle. Not it isn't very small, but it isn't very large. So yeah, you can take your family sometimes, no, to on a vacation with the van. Okay, very good. Now, guys, give me some sentences using fan and ban. Fan and ban. Okay, give me some sentences or write some sentences using that. Okay, let me go. Oh, I'm really sorry. What in this case is the part that it's difficult for you to understand? Maybe I can help you. Yes. Really? Okay. Let's write or let's see what we have here. Fan is good when it is hot outside. Using a fan, huh? Maybe using a fan is good or it's a good idea. Phonology, okay. I'm not an expert at phonology, but I can give you some tips. I'm a fan of Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Very good. I like him too. 100 Years of Solitude. I tried to read that book, but I couldn't finish it. Maybe I can say that I've read just the third part of all the book, but it's a little confusing. And yeah, and it's very long, a very long book. So I couldn't finish it. It's a vehicle that I don't have a Kate in front. Yeah, okay, very good. I'm a big fan of Freddie Mercury. Perfect. Very good. Okay, Davico, I'm really sorry, man, but today is just English. In this case, class. I can't speak in Spanish. In the rest of the classes during the week, uh, you'll listen to me speaking in Spanish too if you don't understand something. But it is very good if you feel that you can understand at least the middle of the class, continue here. If you feel that you can't stand like most of the classes, maybe you need to continue working or improving your listening. But that's something good. It depends, or it's up to you. But today is just only English class. If there is something that you need to ask about the class, just write it in the chat, and me or your classmates are going to help you. Okay, I bought a band last year. Very good. User, hello, how are you doing? My fan is not, okay, it's like incomplete there. My fan is not working very well. Okay, isn't working very well. Okay, what's the first meaning about fan? In this case, fan. In this case, this is an appliance, okay, or a device that circles the air, no? To reduce the temperature, to cool down the temperature, something like this. I'm gonna show it to you. Yeah, and a fan is attached to a floor, something like this, okay? This is a fan, and or maybe you can fix it to the roof. Sometimes it's fixed to the roof. Okay, great. I am thinking about buying a new band for my family. Yeah, in that case, you can use the ing. I'm thinking about buying. Yep, very good. Guys, let's continue. Let's continue with these two words. Listen and write the following sentence, please. Listen and follow. Okay, let's go. Mm, okay. We're renting a van for my family trip. We're renting a van for our family trip. We're renting a van for our family trip. Listen and write. Kenya, good morning. Yes, happy Friday to you. Hey, Jay, hello, how are you doing? Nice to have you here. How's everything going there? Okay, we're renting a van for family trip. Okay, Christy, thank you very much for that rose. I need to buy a fan for all my family. Okay, very good. We're renting a van for a family trip. Listen and write. We're renting a van for a family trip. Oh, you don't worry, it's okay, it's okay. Again, we're renting a van for a family trip. We're renting a van for a family trip. Okay. Oh, Natty, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that necklace. I really appreciate it. We're renting a van for a family trip. Okay, 5 more seconds. If you don't understand all the sentence, just write the sentence till the part that you understand. It's not necessary to complete all the sentence. The idea is that you can evaluate yourself. Yes, you can evaluate yourself and see and evaluate your listening to. It's going to help you a lot. Okay, let's write it down. Um, okay, we're renting a we're renting a van for sorry, for our family trip. Guys, what does trip mean in this case? Trip. Trip. What does it mean? Thank you very much, guys, for sharing the live. I really appreciate that too. Okay, what does trip mean in this case? Okay, we can use in this case trip similar to a journey, right? We can talk about a journey or we can talk about travel, right? When you travel to visit a new place, you can call that a trip for our family trip. You can say to for our family travel or our travel, our family journey, but this is not very common. Okay, this is not very common. But in the case of the travel, it refers to like the process from going from one point to another. All of that is a travel. But when we're talking about trip, we're talking about everything. How was everything? Since you take the bus, or since you take the airplane until the time you return. So all of that in this case is a trip. You can also use journey, but it's not like very or this is like a more popular word in this case. So listen and repeat, guys. Okay, listen and repeat. Here, look at this. Rentina. We're renting a. We're renting a van for a family trip. 4 hour, 4 hour, 4 hour, 4 hour family trip. Again, listen and repeat. We're renting a van for a family trip. We're renting a van for a family trip. We're renting a van for a family trip. Yes, very good. Let's continue with number 3. We're gonna talk about these two words here. Okay, we have why, this is a verb, and then we have by as a preposition. Guys, what do they mean? What do they mean? Well, this first word is very easy. And this one has different meanings. Okay, so if you can give, in this case, the meaning in English, it could be great. If you want to say it in Spanish or in any other language, that would be okay too. So what do you think about that? About those two words, guys? What do they mean? What do they mean? Mm-hmm. Ah, yes, purchase. Yeah, purchase. Very good. And what's the other one? If you go to a market, to a super mall, you in this case buy. You want to buy something like groceries. If you go to a supermarket or if you go to a market, you go there because you want to buy something. Okay, you have to exchange your money with things, no, like groceries, for example. Now, in this case, we have buy. Buy has different meanings. Okay, number one, number one. In this case, buy refers to, in this case, in this case, proximity. Proximity. By is very similar to near in some cases. I'm going to sit by the window. I'm going to sit by the window. In this case, we're talking about near to. Okay. Or maybe we can say, he's playing by the river, by the river, or near to the river. Maybe you can say, I like to read by the fire. Or maybe I like to sit next to the fire. In that case, we can use by. It indicates proximity. Okay, that is number one. And we can use this also for time. Okay, proximity of place or proximity of time. We can say, we're going to arrive by 10 a.m. We're going to arrive by noon. It's not exactly at that time, but I'm giving an approximation. So if you want to express proximity about distance or time, you can use in this case by. Now, two, you can use by for in this case action. If you want to attribute an action to someone, we can say this book was written by Shakespeare. La ciudad y los perros was written by Vargas Llosa. In this case, I'm giving an attribution to someone. Okay, that is like the second meaning. Very good. Very good. Yes, you can use in this case these two things. Number three. In the case of number three, you can use it for action two. In the case of, for example, buy airplane, buy car. Okay, I go work by bus. You can say something like that too. Maybe you can say, "Oh, I made this book by hand, by hand." So you can use that too, no? If you're talking about like the way you do something, okay, by hand. Yes, so you can use a lot of those things. Very good, very good. I want you guys to, in this case, write some examples here. Okay, some examples here. Okay, I'm gonna read your examples now. The book was written by the author. Yes, exactly. In this case, you are attributing something to someone. Yes. At the end, yes. To obtain something, paying for it. Okay, very good. Brenda is over there. By the window, proximity. Yes, very good. Thank you very much for sharing. Painted. The wall was painted by me. Okay, attribution. Fernandez, thank you very much for your words. I like your help with classroom topics for second year high school. Really? You can text me. Are you a teacher? I suppose you're a teacher, right? Yeah, you can text me. I fix all my problems by myself. Yes. Okay, you're a lonely wolf. You're a lonely wolf. Next one, the city of the dogs. Yeah, you can translate the name, but I don't think like there is official translation for that book. I'm not sure. I went to buy an elegant handbag. Very good. I prefer to travel by plane instead of bus. Instead of by bus. I'm going to work by bus. Yes. I'm going work. You can also say I'm going work by bus. I'm going to Mexico City next month by airplane. Perfect. Okay, let's read in this case your examples too. Kenya, I need to buy fruits and vegetables to make my green smoothie. Yes, I like it. Fence of my uncle's house was made by my cousins. Okay, perfect. I like your sentences too. Okay, very good, guys. Very good. Let's, in this case, continue with the dictation. Okay, let's read. Let's continue with the dictation here. I went to the city by train, Anna, by train, and bought something I need. I'm bought something I need, or I need it. Yeah, it's okay. It's possible to use. I need it. I travel by bus every day. Very good. Jolly. Okay, guys, let's continue with the dictation. Listen to the following sentence, please. Um, mm, let's see. I stopped by this. I stopped by the bookstore to buy a book. I stopped by the bookstore to buy a book. Listen and write, guys. I stopped by the bookstore to buy a book. I stopped by the bookstore to buy a book. Okay. It is a little complicated, but I think that you are gonna do it correctly. One more time. I stopped by the bookstore to buy a book. I stopped by the bookstore to buy a book. Great. I'm gonna give you 5 more seconds. I stopped by the bookstore to buy a book. Yes. It is a little complicated, eh? A little complicated. Pronunciation is a little complicated. I stopped by the bookstore to buy the book. To buy the book also. Very good. Very good, guys. Let's write it down. Remember, simple past, okay? I stopped. I stopped by the bookstore. Very good. I stopped by the bookstore. Guys, here. And what does buy mean in this context? What does buy mean in this context? I stopped by the bookstore to buy a book. To buy a book. What does buy mean in this context? What does buy mean in this context? Okay. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Congrats. Okay. What does buy mean in this context? Buy. Is it about attribution? Is it about mode of transportation, of mode of something and doing something? Why we're using by here? To pay a short visit. Yes. Near to. Very good. So you can say, I stop near the bookstore. Okay, you can say near the bookstore or by the bookstore. We're talking about proximity. Yes, we're talking about proximity. That's in this case the idea. Well, let's continue with the, in this case, pronunciation. Listen, guys, and repeat loud if you can. Okay? I stopped by the bookstore to buy a book. I stopped by the bookstore to buy a book. Okay, a little faster. I stopped by the bookstore to buy a book. I stopped by the bookstore to buy a book. Okay, that's the idea. Guys, if the pronunciation is a little difficult for you, remember that you can check the repetitions of the class. You can go to my YouTube channel, okay? On this, the name of the channel is the same, okay? Teacher en línea. Teacher en línea. In this case, it's on where is it? Here. YouTube. Okay, teacher and media. It's the same. You will find all the repetition of the classes there, or you can go to the link of my profile. Option number 4, I think. You will find all the information there for the repetitions. Let's continue. And also, you will find the repetition of the previous 4 classes of this series. Well, we're going to talk about this. Sheep, in this case, sheep and sheep. Okay, guys, what do they mean? Sheep and sheep. Nessa, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm coming after eating. Okay, it's okay. Guys, what do they mean? Sheep and sheep. What do they mean? Sheep. Okay, what do they mean in this case? Sheep and sheep. Okay, in this case, yes, a ship could be a boat, but it's a very general word. Okay, it could be uh, a boat, a small boat. It could be a larger vessel, for example. A cruise can also be a ship. And then we can use this word to talk about like other vehicles, other like a spaceship. Yeah. So you can use this word in like in many other contexts. It's a very general word. In the other case, this is the animal that in this case it's a domestic animal. Yep. That we obtain wool, right? We obtain wool from a sheep. Guys, what is in this case? Uh, is there any difference in the pronunciation? We have here sheep and sheep. Is there any difference in the pronunciation? Okay. Are they different or similar? Or what is the difference in this case? Sheep, sheep. What's the difference? Difference, okay. But what's the difference? Sheep, sheep. What's the difference? Look at this. We have here short vowel, remember? Short vowel. And then we have here a long vowel. Long vowel. Okay? Short, ship. And this is a long vowel. Sheep, ship, sheep, ship, sheep. Okay? So that is in this case the slight difference between these two words. Okay? Guys, give me some sentences using sheep and sheep, please. Give me some sentences using those two words. Sheep is longer. The vowel is longer. Excellent. Give me some sentences using sheep and sheep. Okay, I'm going to give you some examples, and then you can start writing your own sentences. Okay. For example, in the case of a sheep, my parents used to raise sheeps. Okay, my parents used to raise sheep. um, when I was a child. When I was a child, in this case, I was scared of sheep. I was scared of sheep because when they are pacific animals. They are very peaceful animals. Okay, very easygoing animals, but sometimes they are a little aggressive. Yes, they can hit you with their heads, not like this. If I don't know, if they don't like you, they start like being a little aggressive, and that's why I was a little afraid of ships when I was a child. Okay, let's read your examples there. Let's read your examples. Okay, I saw a pretty sheep in Peru. Okay, great. My grandmother or my grandma has many sheep. Okay, okay. Guys, what is the plural of sheep? What is the plural of sheep? If I want to say I have a sheep, and what is the plural of sheep? Okay. I went to the beach swimming and I could see, we can say this, I could see many ships on the sea once a week. Okay. Yeah, but if you say once a week is something like a routine. So you can say every time I go swimming to the beach, okay, I can see many ships on the beach, on the sea once a week. Because once a week refers to a routine. If you want to use simple past, in that case, you can use last week, for example, or 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. My best friend bought an expensive ship. Really? Okay. My parents used to raise sheep when I was a child. Yes, that's right. It's the same. It's the same. Singular or plural? Singular or plural, both of them are the same. They are the same. Okay, very good. The sheep. The sheep always run on the fields. On the fields. Yes. The shepherd crosses the river with his sheep by sheep. Very good, very good. I like that sentence too. I like that sentence. That ship carries a lot of ships. Okay, very good, Jay. Very good. Excellent. Let's go. Okay, let's continue with the dictation. Let's see. Um, da, 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 da. Let's see. Listen and write. There are many sheep in the countryside. There are many sheep in the countryside. Listen and write. Um, Last week I've done the delicious. What are you talking about? Okay. Again, guys, there are many sheep in the countryside. There are many sheep in the countryside. There are many sheep in the countryside. Okay, very good, very good. Let's write it down. I'm gonna give you 5 more seconds. Okay. There are many sheep in the countryside. Come on, you can do it. There are many sheep in the countryside. Countryside, countryside. Okay, very good. Let's write it down. Let's write it down here. Okay, there are. Guys, when do we use there are? When do we use there are, there is, there are? When do we use these words? There are many sheep. Okay, there are many sheep in the countryside. And once again, okay, we don't use sheeps. Remember, in plural, we don't use sheeps. It's the same. One sheep, two sheep. It's the same. Three sheep, four sheep, five sheep. It's the same word. We don't add a letter S here. Okay. Yes. So if we're talking about the existence of something, we can use there is, there are. Yes, very good. Thank you very much, David. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. This is an irregular plural word. Okay, so in English, we have like words that are very standard. We have dog, dogs, cat, cats, right? We have like a tiger, tigers, lion, lions. Like those plurals are standard. But in English, we also have some irregular plural nouns. This is one of them. Okay, sheep, sheep. It doesn't change. Now, listen, please, and repeat. Okay, listen and repeat. Okay. There are many sheep in the countryside. Sheeping. Look at this. Sheeping. There are many sheep in the countryside. Listen again. Repeat. There are many sheep in the countryside. There are many sheep in the countryside. Countryside is together. You can also say the country. There are many sheep in the country. Okay, we're talking about like these places that are far from the city. We sometimes live in a city, or in the country, or in the countryside. If you want to write countryside, it is together. Okay, it always goes together. Okay. Yeah, you can say countryside. Yeah, no, it's together. Okay, very good, guys. Very good. Very good. Let's continue. Let's continue with the next pair. Okay. Here. There, there, there. What do they mean, guys? There, 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 there. What do they mean? Okay. Sheep is countable. I suppose it's countable, but yeah, if you want to talk about two or three or four sheep, yes, the word doesn't change. Yes. In this case, there, this is the possessive pronoun. Okay, possessive adjective, sorry. Possessive adjective. Thank you. Thank you so much. Kathy, thank you so much. Yes. This is a possessive adjective. We can say my house, your house, his house, her house, our house, their house. Yes, you can say something like that. Oh, Ruben, thank you very much for that, Rose. I really appreciate it. And then we have there. Okay, there is a place. Now we can say like I live there. Okay, I live there. We should go there. Okay, it's like an specific place, an specific place. In the other case, we can use there for this. No, when you're talking about the existence of something, we can say there is, there are. Maybe we can say, oh, there are many cars on the street. There are a lot of cars on the street. There are a lot of people on the streets. There isn't um there isn't restaurants. There isn't any, or there aren't any restaurants here. There aren't any restaurants there. Okay, so in that case, we can use there too. Okay, we have two different words. Adjective. Yeah, this is an possessive, and there. No, in this case, we can say adjective. This is a pronoun. The pronoun is them. Them. They, subject pronoun. Them, object pronoun. This is an adjective. Possessive adjective. Okay, guys, give me some sentences using there and there. Is the pronunciation similar or different? There, there. Their house, over there. There, there. Is there any difference? Yes, to indicate a place. Perfect. Okay. Bus. We have like bus, bus, bus. Bus. You open your mouth. Bus, boss. My boss. You don't open your mouth too much. Okay, they have the similar pronunciation. I was checking, and in some dictionaries there is a very slight difference. But for me, they sound the same. Okay, the pronunciation is the same. Some people would say, especially in England, they would say that it's a little different. Yes, there. For example, in British English, it's something like that. Okay, their house. Okay, but in American English, they are very similar. They are similar, or they are the same. Guys, give me sentences using there. Okay, there. Okay, there are many. There are many live streams on YouTube, on TikTok, but yours is the best. You can say your stream or you can say yours, but yours is the best. Okay, Scott, thank you very much for that. Thank you. Okay, guys, give me some sentences. I'm going to give you some examples, but at the same time, please write your own sentences. Okay, we can start with this possessive pronoun adjective. We can say like their opinion is very important. Your opinion is important, and their opinion is also important, or their opinion is important too. Okay, we're talking about the opinion they have. The opinion they have is very important. We can use this for, I don't know, maybe um their wedding was beautiful. Okay, I went to mm, my friend's wedding. Their wedding was very beautiful. I was about to cry. I was about to cry. Yep, their wedding was very beautiful. In the other case, you can say, "Hey, where are you now? Hey, where are you? Hey, I'm over here." You can say, no, "Hey, I'm over here." And the other person can say, "Oh, he's over there." Okay, over here. I'm over here. If you are like the opposite person, oh, he's over there. Yes. The teacher is over there. Yes. The supermarket is over there. Let's read your sentences, guys. Let's read your sentences. They sound very similar. Yes, there. Yes, the other there too. You can also use that too. Very good. You're right. This other one is very similar to the contraction of they are. No, they are there, there. Okay, there. It's very similar. They are very similar. There are. In this case, you can use this. There are many people. There are many people. There are. You can see it over there. Yes, perfect. Their house is over there. Perfect. Their hair is amazing and beautiful. The backpacks the backpacks are their children. No, the backpacks are theirs. Or you can say their backpacks. Their relationship isn't good enough for them and they should do something about it. Great. The book is over there next to the bookstore. Yes, very good. Your parents are cleaning their room. Okay, great. Okay. Blood loss. I'm really sorry. Yeah, I suppose that um I can't speak in Spanish right now. But if you have any question, you can ask and maybe your partners or me, we can help you. We can help you. Okay, let's go to the dictation, guys. Okay. Okay. Let's say, yeah, dictation. They didn't know their keys were over there. They didn't know their keys were over there. They didn't know their keys were over there. Okay? They didn't know their keys were over there. They didn't know their keys were over there. Okay. Their cars are expensive. Yes. Very good. They didn't know their keys were over there. They didn't know their keys were over there. Okay, great. Great, 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 great. Okay. 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds. They didn't know their keys were over there. They didn't know their keys were over there. Listen and write, guys. Okay, let's write it down. Thank you very much. They didn't know their keys were over there. Great. Squats. Let's start with the squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. They didn't know. They didn't know. Their keys were over there. Okay, great. Now look at this, guys. How do you pronounce this? How do you pronounce this? How do you pronounce this? In this case, you can say didn't, didn't. If you go to a dictionary, you are going to listen to the pronunciation like this, okay? Didn't, didn't. But in everyday conversation, it's more common to listen to this word like as didn't, didn't. They didn't know. They didn't know. So all these phrases, they didn't know. Didn't know. They didn't know their keys were over there. Now let's connect these two words. We're over. We're over. Oh, oh. We're over. We're over there. We're over there. Okay. So let's start practicing this. Listen and repeat. Okay. Listen and repeat. They didn't know their keys were over there. They didn't know their keys were over there. They didn't know their keys were over there. Okay, so you can use both pronunciations. You can say didn't, okay, like that complete on the appropriate pronunciation, or you can say didn't. especially in the US, especially in the US. Okay. They didn't know their kids were over there. Yes, very good. Yeah, Inglés con Omar is a very good account. Yes, it's a very good teacher. A very good teacher. Especially if you're starting with English, it's going to help you a lot too, guys. Yeah, that's very good. That's very good. Let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue with the following pairs. Okay. Following pairs. Okay, we're going to continue with. Okay, they have, or we have here cereal, 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 cereal. What do they mean? Cereal and cereal. What do they mean, guys? What do they mean? Okay, cereal. Well, this is a typical food for a breakfast, right? Cereal and in this case, milk. Cereal and milk. You can use that. Yes. And what about in this case the other one? Cereal. What do they mean? In this case, this refers to like a series of events. In some cases, you can use it like a serial of events. You can say like, "Oh, this is a serial book." A serial book. Okay, serial book is like a book that comes in series, no? Book in series. You can use serial, for example, serial numbers. Serial numbers. Okay, serial numbers. Yes. Yeah, well, that's just an example. I haven't eaten a cereal for a lot of years. I'm not used to eat cereal for breakfast. Yeah. You can also use like serial numbers. Yes, like a code. You have a serial number. Or in other case, we can talk about a serial killer, right? You can use that too. So, is the pronunciation different or the same? Is the pronunciation the same or different? Okay. When, what do you think about it? It isn't healthy. Yeah, it isn't healthy. Cereal is good for your stomach. Yeah, it depends on what kind. If you're talking about like these commercial cereals, now obviously they have a lot of sugar and things like that. Okay, is the pronunciation similar? Is the pronunciation the same or different? What do you think? May. Okay, thank you very much for that. No, it's just a free class. I would like to be premium one day. Okay. Yes, you can write that word. You can write that word. Yes. Okay, guys, they have the same pronunciation. Okay, the same pronunciation, both of them. Yes, they share the same pronunciation. Now, give me some sentences using these words. Okay, use these words together. It has a lot of sugar. Yes, I agree with that. Okay, hello. Nice to have you here. RB, hello. Well, I'm gonna give you some examples there. In the case of cereals, some people drink milk, and in some other cases, they eat cereal with milk. Or I prefer, for example, a cereal with yogurt. But this is not for breakfast, not for breakfast, but for, I don't know, just a snack. I would say like kind of a snack, especially um if it's very hot in summer. Yeah, I would like to eat a cold yogurt mixed with cereal. I think it's delicious. Okay, and there is a type of series that doesn't use sugar. No, they are cornflakes. Cornflakes. That's like the original name, cornflake. Now, cornflakes mixed with sugar is what we know as cereal. Okay, Emerson, hello. I'm from Peru too. Okay, cereal is delicious with milk or yogurt. Yes. Okay. Cornflakes. Yes. I like a lot of cereal with milk. Yeah, but that cereal, no, this one, this cereal. Okay, with milk and strawberry. Oh, that sounds delicious. That sounds really delicious. I prefer cereal with a bit of sugar and some berries. Perfect. Berries also, yeah. Especially blueberry. Blueberry with yogurt and cereal is strawberry also is delicious. Okay, guys, let's continue with the following sentence. Let's continue with the following sentence. Okay. The kids ate their cereal before going to school. The kids ate their cereals before going to school. Okay, the kids ate their cereal before going to school. The kids ate their cereal before going to school. Listen and write, guys. The cereal is a carbohydrate. Oh, I don't know. Have no idea about that. But yeah, I suppose they are. It is a kind of. The kids are, I suppose, cereal without sugar. Okay, the kids ate their cereal before going to school. Yes, very good, very good. 5 more seconds, 5 more seconds. The kids ate their cereals before going to school. Okay, very good, Jay. Very good. Okay. Oh my God, what? Give me a second. Choo, 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 choo. Okay, great. Perfect. Let's write it down. Okay, let's write it down, guys. And the kids. Okay, the kids ate. Remember the simple past of eat. Ate. The kids ate their cereal. Okay, the kids ate their cereal before. Okay. So in this case, we have two possibilities. Possibility number one, we can use the subject before they go to school. Yes, possibility number one, before they go to school. Possibility number two, because we're talking about the same person or the same people, we can use here the ing, okay? Because we assume that it's the same subject before going to school. Okay, so remember that. You can use before they go to school or before going to school. Before going to school. Yes, very good. Let's practice the pronunciation of these words. Okay, kids ate a, kids ate, kids ate, kids ate. The kids ate their cereal before going to school. Going to, okay, or going to school, going to school. Okay. Again, listen and repeat. The kids ate their cereal before going to school. The kids ate their cereal before going to school. Okay? The kids ate their cereal before going to school. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, Nessa, thank you so much for that capybara. Thank you. I really appreciate it too. Okay, perfect, guys. Let's continue. Okay, so remember, please, you can go to my YouTube channel. In this case, it's this one, okay? Teacher in Linea. You will find a lot of information there from the previous classes. From the previous classes. It will help you a lot. It will help you a lot. Well, let's continue with. Okay, let's see what do we have here. Fan, bye bye, principal, principal. Oh, this one is very interesting too. Okay, we have here principal, principal. Okay, guys, what do they mean? Principal and principal. What do they mean? What do they mean? Principal and principal. And thank you very much, guys, for your support. Okay, remember to keep tiki tiki, please. Tiki tiki on the screen. It helps a lot. We are only 9K. Oh my God. We need to, okay, we need to rise that number. We need to increase that number, guys. It's a very low number. 10. We haven't even reached 10K. Okay. So what do they mean, guys? We have here principle and principle. Number one, principle. In this case, we're talking about a central thing. Okay, you could see a central thing. You can also say a general truth. Okay, the first one, principle. This is the principle in this case of being honest. It's a truth. A truth. I believe in the principle of honesty. Okay, I believe in the principle of honesty. Yep. In the other case, principal is the head of a school. Yeah. It's often related to the head of a school. Principal. Yeah. Very good. Now, in the other case, guys, what is in this case a pronunciation? Okay. We have or we share here the same pronunciation. Okay. Principal and principal here. Yep. Remember, this is the head of a school. So we don't say that director, for example. No, we don't say the director. We say the principal, like the head of the school. Yep, that is in this case what we have here for this. Well, please, we're going to continue with that dictation. We're going to continue with that dictation. Okay. Hey, Alvarenko, hello, how are you? Nice to have you here. I haven't seen you for some days, huh? What happened? Well, this sentence is very easy, okay? This sentence is very easy. You have to listen and write to the following sentence. Okay. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. The principal of the school is very kind. The principal of the school is very kind. Yes, the principal of the school is very kind. And guys, please don't confuse principal, okay, with main. Like the principal reason, no, the main reason, okay? The principal reason I am here. We don't say that. The main reason I'm here. Okay, the principal of the school is very kind. Are you ready to talk with me? Yes. Yeah, I'm really happy to have you here. How are you doing these days, Branko? Okay, very good, very good, very good. Let's start writing it down, okay? Okay. Um, principal, we're going to use this one, okay? The head or the principal of the school is very Kind. Guys, what does kind mean in this situation? In this context? What does kind mean? Um, I'm no easy. Okay. Okay, okay. What does it mean? Oh, he's very kind. He's a good person. Yes. So, some people in Spanish, they sometimes they think in Spanish and they say, "Oh, I want to say he is good." Okay, so we don't say he is good. We can say he's a good person. But if you want to refer to the adjective, you have to say this. Oh, he's very kind. Now, what is the opposite? When somebody is like a bad person, what is the adjective of this? We can say he's a very kind, like very good person. But if you want to say like this is a bad person, what is the other word? Yeah, rude. It could be possible. Could be possible. Okay. Albert, hello. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. He's a bad. No, but yes, we can say he's a bad person, but we can say he's rude. Okay, one one way to do that, or we can say he is mean. Okay, mean, mean. So sometimes we say, "Oh, you're always mean to me. You're always mean to me. You don't treat me well. You're always mean to me." Yeah. Or maybe when you are asking your parents for something, you always say, "Please, Dad, don't be mean. Okay, help me. I want to go to the concert. I need your permission. Let me go. Don't be mean." Okay, so mean is like what in Spanish we say malo. In Spanish we say malo. Él es malo. We can say he's mean or he's a bad person. Yes, don't be mean. In the other case, él es bueno. We can say he's kind. Yes, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Let's finish with the last two words, guys. With the last two words here. This is the last pair that we're going to analyze today. Okay, we have here complement. Okay, complement and complement. Okay, guys, what do they mean? Complement and complement. Complement, complement. What do they mean? He's unkind. Yeah, it could be like very a possible adjective too. The kids are there. They didn't know their kids were over there. Yes, very good, Jay. Let's not finish. Okay, I gotta eat, guys. Compliment and compliment. What do they mean? You can say you're my compliment. You compliment my life. Okay, you are a good compliment to me. That sounds very romantic, right? Okay. And in the other case, we have this compliment. Yeah, this is something nice, right? When somebody tells you something nice about your appearance, you don't see what? Okay, sorry. Okay, so when you're talking about compliments, this one, the second one, we're talking about phrases that are very nice, that are very pleasing to, charming to other people, related to their appearance, related to themselves as people, right? Sometimes compliments are very honest, okay, very sincere. Sometimes compliments are just or try to tell somebody to get something, okay, in exchange. Well, one thing fitted to the other thing. Okay. I don't see. Okay, Julie, what do you want to know? Yeah. So remember again, okay, compliment, something that is like relates to complete something, right? You or maybe you can say cheese. It's a good complement to wine. In Peru, for example, no? Inca Cola is a good complement to ceviche. Inca Cola is a good complement to lomo saltado. So if you are eating ceviche, you must be drinking Coca-Cola. You must be, if you're a good Peruvian. Yeah. Okay. In the other case, we have this compliment, something nice that somebody tells you. Okay. Very good, guys. Give me the last sentences here, please. Compliment and compliment. They have or they share the same pronunciation. Okay, they have or they share the same pronunciation. Compliment, compliment is the same pronunciation. Now, give me some sentences or write some sentences in the chat. I'm going to give you some examples, okay? While I'm waiting for your sentences. In the first case, you can also say like, um, maybe you can say, every time I go to the market, I receive a lot of compliments. Yeah. Every time that I go to the market, when I want to buy my groceries, in this case, the vendors in the market are very kind. They always treat you in a loving way. Yeah, they always say, "Hey, dear, come here. Yes, buy. You can buy here." Yes, you can say dear, or maybe you can say handsome. Yeah. Hey, handsome. You can buy here. Oh, buy here your groceries. I don't know why, but they always treat you very well. They treat you in a very loving way. So every time I feel oh I need love, I go shopping to the market. Yeah. What else, guys? What else? You can also talk about compliment in the case of food. Wine is an ideal complement to roast lamb. Okay, that's really cool. That's a very nice, in this case, Um, suggestion, very nice advice. What else? The pronunciation, yes, Christina is the same pronunciation. Christian, sorry. She said that her boobs, her boss is very compliment. No, compliment is very kind. You can say that his boss is very kind, but a compliment is a noun. It's not. It is an adjective. Okay. Yeah, they have the same pronunciation. Compliment, compliment. Yeah, it's not like an E, you know? E. Compliment, compliment, compliment. And in some cases, you can use the schwa here, in this case. But this is more, they would sound more British. Compliment, compliment. Yes, you can use the schwa here. But in American English, you can use both, like the same. They have the same pronunciation. Compliment, compliment. Okay. I would like a steak with salad and compliment a garlic soup, please. Yes, very good. The English is compliment if you don't practice. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. Now, let's continue with the following part, guys. Listen and write. Okay. He he gave me a nice compliment about my dress. He gave me a nice compliment about my dress. Okay. He gave me a nice compliment about my dress. You have to listen and write the sentence in the chat. He gave me a nice compliment about my dress. Okay, that's in this case the same. Okay, he gave me a nice compliment about about my dress. Okay, that's the last sentence, guys. That's the last sentence. Alex, hello. Nice to have you here. Okay, great. Let's write it down. Okay, let's write it down. He gave me a, okay, gave me a nice compliment. Okay, he's a nice compliment. He gave me a nice compliment about my dress. Okay, about my dress. Very good. Very good. Okay, gave, gave. In this case, the simple past form of give. Give, gave. Okay, again, please. He gave me a nice compliment about my dress. Listen and repeat aloud if you can. He gave me a nice compliment about my dress. He gave me a nice compliment about my dress. About my dress. In some in some places, instead of saying my, okay, my, they say like ma, no? My dress, my dress. Especially in some places in New York with Afro American people, they say ma. Oh, are you talking about myself? Are you talking about myself? Yes, myself. Instead of saying myself, they say myself. No? Like, hey, are you looking at my house? Oh, you're my girl. You're my girl. You're my girl. Yeah. But yeah, if you want to pronounce like that, it's okay. But you can also say my. My dress, my dress. Okay, again. She gave me a nice compliment about my dress. She gave me a nice compliment about my dress. Very good. That will be, in this case, the last part. Guys, before you leave, I would like you to help me with a second account that I've created a couple of weeks ago. Okay, if you're on TikTok, please go to this account. Okay, Teacher Linea 1. Okay, this is a backup account. Okay, Teacher Linea 1. All together. You have to write it all together in the browser, okay? Teacher in Linear 1. Please go there and follow, please. I will be very glad if you can help me with this because I was thinking about changing from this profile to the other account because sometimes or lately I've been receiving some restrictions on this platform and it's something that it's not very nice. I'm just teaching, guys. If you want to have classes with me, it's okay. But it's not like I'm all the class, like doing or offering my services because I know that you're here for learning. And if you can consider that my work is good enough and you have the possibilities to have classes with me, it's okay. Yeah, so but I don't know, maybe like 99% of the time I'm just teaching. I'm not offering anything. Okay. During all the class I haven't offered anything. So I don't know why I still keep having problems with this kind of restrictions. Because if I were offering something, if I were talking about money, if I were talking about something that it's uncomfortable, yeah, I know. I would be like, yes, it's my fault. I have no problem with restrictions. That's something good. But in this case, I'm not doing that. And I still keep, in this case, restrictions sometimes. Thankfully, this class, I didn't have anyone, but uh, On last Friday, for example, I got two, two strikes, two restrictions, and it's not very nice to be in this position. I don't know why it's happening that. I've been trying to look for um, information related to why uh, should, there is a possibility I'm receiving restrictions, but I haven't found anything like very specific. And well, that's something that I'm not going to um I was a little in this case uncomfortable with that situation, but yeah, it doesn't matter, no? But if I think this is a possible solution. So if you can follow this here, please. With all is together, okay? It's everything together. Teacher Linear together. One. Yep. So thank you very much for being here. Maybe tomorrow. No, or yes, yeah, maybe tomorrow and on Saturday we're gonna have some classes too. But those will be like um, classes where you will, in this case, see me um, giving personalized classes. And also on Sunday, I have to continue with the reading classes too. Yeah, thank you very much. If you can do that, it would be very great. I would appreciate it. Yeah. Guys, I'm really happy to have you here. Continue learning, continue practicing. If we have some classes there, I'll let you know on the WhatsApp group. Remember that the WhatsApp group link is on my the link of my profile. And if you want to know, if you want to have classes with me, personalized classes or group classes, just go there to text me if you need information about it. Okay, so that would be all that we're gonna do for today. Thank you so much for being here, and see you next class. Okay, bye bye.